Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to this video series with Cisco Packet Tracer. So chapter 2, networking devices. Network devices form the core of networking. In this chapter, you learn all about of the network devices available in Packet Tracer and the modules used by it. So far, you are done customizing a device with your preferred modules, and wouldn't it be nice to save them so that the device is available for use next time? Don't know Cisco Internetwork Operating System iOS commands. After reading the configuration network device section, you'll be on your feet configuring Cisco routers and switches without using any commands, Cisco devices and Packet Tracer devices. Selecting switches or routers from the device type selection box lists both Cisco devices and some devices labeled generic. These are custom Packet Tracer devices running on Cisco iOS, but the slots that hold the modules are different routers. A router provides connectivity between two logical networks. Every router in Packet Tracer can be switched on or off by using the provided power button. The power switch is required to make a device simulate its real counterpart. Modules can be added or removed only after powering off the device. If the running configuration is not saved, power cycling a device will make it lose its configuration. The following routers are available in Packet Tracer: Cisco 1841. This is an integrated service router ISR having two fast Ethernet ports, two slots for high-speed WAN interface cards, HWICS, and one slot for Advanced Integration Module, AIM. Cisco 1941. This is similar to the previous module but runs on Cisco iOS version 15. It has two ports that operate at gigabit Ethernet speeds. Cisco 2620XM. This is a multi-service router with one fast Ethernet port, two slots for WAN interface cards, and one slot for AIM. Cisco 2621XM. This is similar to the previous model, except that this router has two fast Ethernet ports. Cisco 2811. This ISR comes with two fast Ethernet ports, four WIC slots, and a dual slot for AIM. Cisco 2901. This router has two gigabit Ethernet ports, four WIT slots, and two digital signal processor DSP slots. This router uses Cisco iOS version 15, Cisco 2911. This router has 3 gigabit Ethernet ports and all the other features of the previous router. It runs on iOS version 15. Generic router PT. This is a custom router running on Cisco iOS. It contains 10 slots and has separate modules with a naming convention beginning with PT. Switches. A switch, also called a multi-port bridge, connects more than two end devices together. Each switch port is a collision domain. The following switches are available in Packet Tracer: Cisco 295024. This managed switch comes with 24 fast Ethernet ports. Cisco 2950T24. This switch is a member of the Catalyst 2590 intelligent switch family and has 2 gigabit Ethernet ports in addition to the 24 fast Ethernet ports. Cisco 2960 24TT. This is another 24-port switch. The previous switch has gigabit interface converter GBIC for gigabit Ethernet ports, whereas the switch has small form factor pluggable SFP modules for the same. Cisco 29 Cisco 3560 24 PS. This switch is different from others because it is a layer 3 switch that can be used to perform routing in addition to switching. The PS suffix implies support for Power over Ethernet (PoE), which can be used to power up IP phones without using power adapters. Bridge PT. This is a device used to segment a network. It has only 2 ports, which is why it is a bridge. If it had more, it would be called a switch. Generic switch PT. This is a packet tracer designed switch running on Cisco iOS. This is the only customizable switch with 10 slots and several modules. Like the generic router, the switch section also includes a generic switch with 10 slots that can be customized with the required modules. Except for the generic switch, other Cisco model switches cannot be customized and do not have a power switch. This is because that is how real switches of the same models are designed. Other devices. Packet Tracer has more than just Cisco routers and switches. We'll see in this next section, these devices do not have any configuration options to work out of the box. Hub PT. This network hub was the oldest way to connect multiple end devices together. It still exists in Packet Tracer, so you can simulate and learn about network storms and broadcasts. This Packet Tracer device has 10 slots, repeater PT. This device is used to boost the signal on a wire when the distance between 2 endpoints is high. Coaxial Splitter PT. This is used to split a single coaxial connector into 2. It has 3 coaxial ports and cannot be customized in any way. Customizing devices with modules. A device module is a piece of hardware containing several device interfaces. For example, a HWIC 4 ESW module contains 4 Ethernet 10 Mbps ports similar to our real router switch. The device has to be powered off in order to add or remove modules. The power switch is on the right-hand side of each device with a green LED indicating that the power is on. Click the switch to turn it off. To add a module, drag one from the modules list and drop it onto an empty slot. If a module doesn't fit into that slot, it automatically returns to the module list. To remove a module, power off the device and drag it from the slot back to the module list. Naming convention. Each router has more than a dozen modules, but the interface they offer can be identified by their names. So we have grouped them based on their similarities. Copper Ethernet interface. This is a normal LAN interface which takes in an RJ45 connector crimped to a copper cable based on the speeds. These interfaces are named Ethernet 10 Mbps, Fast Ethernet 100 Mbps, and Gigabit Ethernet 1000 Mbps. Modules having Ethernet interfaces can be identified with the number following by E, FE, CE, CFE, or CGE. Modules with SW provide switching features when used on routers. HWIC 4 ESW 4 Ethernet switching ports. WIC 1 ENET single Ethernet port. NM1E single Ethernet port. NM1 FETX single fast Ethernet port. NM4E 4 Ethernet ports, NM ESW161, 16 Ethernet switching ports, PT router, NM1CE, PT router, NM1CFE, PT router, NM1CGE packet tracer, custom modules. Fiber Ethernet interface. This is similar to the previous interface, except that it uses a fiber cable. These modules are identified based on the letter F. NM1FE FX single fast Ethernet fiber media PT router, NM1FFE PT router, NM1FGE packet tracer, custom modules, serial interface. Modules with serial interfaces have the letter T or the string AS. The difference is that the ones with the T are synchronous, and while the AS modules are asynchronous. This difference affects only production environments, but in a simulator it makes no difference. WIC 1T, WIC 2T, a single or dual synchronous serial port, NM4AS, NM8AS, 4 or 8 asynchronous synchronous serial ports, PT router, NM1S, PT router, NM1SS modem interface. Modules with this interface have RJ11 ports for analog telephone cables. They are identified by having the letters AM present after a number as shown in the following list. WIC 1AM, dual RJ11 ports for phone and modem. WIC 2AM, WIC 8AM, 2 or 8 RJ11 ports, PT router, NM1AM. Within WICs within MS, some network modules NM don't take up all of the space of a slot, so they provide WIC slots within them to accommodate smaller cards. Such modules can be recognized by the letter W at the end of their names. NM1E2W, NM1FE2W, a single Ethernet, fast Ethernet port, and 2 WIC slots. NM2E2W, NM2FE2W, 2 Ethernet, fast Ethernet ports, and 2 WIT slots. NM2W, no interfaces, only 2 WIC slots. Slot covers. Packet Tracer also provides covers for empty slots. While making it no difference in a simulator, it can give a cleaner look when using a physical view. NM covers a network module. WIC covers a WIC slot. HWIC 8A. This module is new to Packet Tracer 6. It provides 8 asynchronous EIA 232 connections to console ports. A router can be used as an access server if this module is plugged in. So I'm going to leave it here today for this video. If you like listening, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.